Jnanakosha, Puranas,
सर्गच्च प्रतिसर्गच्च वंशो मन्वन्तराणि च वंशानुचरितं चैव पुराणं पञ्चलक्षणम्.
Shiva Puranam, Part 4, Koti Rudra Samhita. The greatness of Upalingas. After describing about the 12 Jyotirlingas, Sutta mentioned about the various Upalingas originating from them. The Upalinga named Someshwar is situated at the place where the earth meets the ocean. This Upalinga is also known as Antakesh. The Upalinga originating from the Mallikarjuna is famous by the name of Rudreshwar. Similarly, the Upalinga originated from the Mahakal Jyotirlinga is known as Dugadesh. The Upalinga manifesting from Omkara Jyotirlinga is famous as Kardameshwar. The Upalinga manifesting from Kedareshwar Jyotirlinga is known as Bhuteshwar and is situated at the bank of Yamuna river. The Upalinga manifesting from Bhimashankar Jyotirlinga is famously known as Bhimeshwar. The Upalingas manifesting from Nageshwar, Rameshwar and Dhumeshwar Jyotirlingas are known as Bhuteshwar, Gupteshwar and Vyagreshwar respectively. All these Upalingas are considered to be very sacred. A devotee who has darshan of these Upalingas gets liberated from all his sins. Apart from these 12 Jyotirlingas and Upalingas, there are numerous other lingas which have great religious importance. They are Kriteshwar, Timalanendeshwar, Bhuteshwar, Bhatukeshwar, Pureshwar, Siddhanaireshwar, Sringareshwar, Gopeshwar, Rangeshwar, Rameshwar, Atrishwar, Mahaballinga, Kameshwar, Ganeshwar, Sukreshwar, Chandrasekhar, Risheshwar, Laliteshwar, Pashupateshwar, Kumutinath and Andhakeshwar. Atri and Anasuya do penance. Sage Atri and his wife Anasuya were doing penance in the forest called Kamad, situated near the Chitrakoot mountain. Once it did not rain for many days. As a result, people living in the area faced a severe drought. Anasuya requested her husband to help out the people from their hardships. Sage Atri sat down to meditate. One by one, his disciples deserted him. Only Anasuya remained with him. She spent her days worshipping the Parvatalingas and circumambulating Sage Atri, who was engrossed in his meditation. She had vowed not to have a single morsel of food till it rained. All the deities became very pleased with her penance. They arrived at the place where both of them were doing penance and after giving blessings went back to their respective abodes. Lord Shiva and river Ganges stayed there. It did not rain for 54 years. Both Sage Atri and Anasuya continued with their respective penance. While doing penance, Sage Atri felt thirsty. He requested Anasuya to fetch some water. Anasuya went with a kamandala in search of water but did not find it anywhere. Ganga appeared before her and said, I am very pleased with you. You can demand anything from me you like. Anasuya demanded only a kamandala full of water for her husband. Ganga instructed her to dig up a pit, and when it was done, she entered into that pit. Anasuya filled her kamandala with the water from that pit and went back to her thirsty husband. After quenching his thirst, Atri inquired from Anasuya as to where did she find water. Anasuya narrated the whole story. Both of them then went back to the place where Anasuya had met Ganga. Both of them requested Ganga to stay at that very place. Ganga agreed to remain there on the condition that Anasuya donates all the virtues attained by her husband by worshipping Lord Shiva for 1 year. Anasuya donated all the virtues without any hesitation. Lord Shiva became very much pleased by her charitable tendencies. He appeared before them. After realizing, Atri requested Lord Shiva to remain in his hermitage accompanied by Parvati. Lord Shiva agreed to do so. Ganga also stayed with them. Later on, Atri performed a grand yajna, after the completion of which it rained heavily. Thus Atri ended his phase of drought by his tremendous penance. River Mandakini flows from that same pit which Anasuya had dug up. The Shivalinga, which was worshipped by Anasuya during that time, later on came to be known as Atreshwar Linga. The Brahmin woman attains to heaven. Once upon a time there lived a Brahmin at a place called Karni, situated at the bank of river Reva. When the Brahmin became old, he went to Kashi after leaving behind his wife to live with his sons. After some time the Brahmin died. When the Brahmin's sons came to know about his death, they went to Kashi and performed his last rites. After some days the Brahmin's woman died too. The Brahmin's son Suvasa again went to Kashi, carrying the ashes of their dead mother as per her own wish. On his way, Suvad became a guest of another Brahmin. Suvad witnessed an amazing event in the night, in which he saw his host trying to milk the cow. At first he allowed the calf to drink the cow's milk for some time. His host then moved away the calf from the cow. The calf was still hungry and was not willing to move away from the cow. The Brahmin thrashed the calf very badly. This made the cow very sad and vowed to teach that wicked Brahmin a lesson. The calf tried his best to convince his mother against doing this, as her action might make her commit the gravest of sins, the Brahmahatya. But the cow was not worried, as she knew the method of nullifying that sin. Suvad was surprised that the cow knew the method of nullifying the sin of Brahmahatya. Next morning the Brahmin entrusted the job of milking the cow. The Brahmin's son gave a severe thrashing to the calf, who was unwilling to move away from his mother. The angry cow lifted the Brahmin's son and with her horns and dashed him against the ground. The Brahmin's son died on the spot. When the Brahmin returned to his home, he became very furious on seeing his son dead. He drove both the cow and the calf out of his house after beating them very badly. The color of the cow had turned blue due to the thrashing she got from her Brahmin. The cow went to the temple of Nandikeshwar, situated at the bank of river Narmada. To neutralize the sin of Brahmahatya, she took up dip in the water of river Narmada for 3 times. As a result, she regained her original color. Suvad had followed the cow all along the way. He was amazed to see the cow regaining her original color. He proceeded on his further journey towards Kashi. He met a beautiful lady on the way who inquired as to where was he going. Suvad told her that he was going to immerse the ashes of her mother in the holy water of the river Ganges. The lady advised him to immerse the ashes in the water of Narmada itself, as the holy Ganga herself comes to meet Narmada on the 7th day of Vaishakhi every year. Today is the same auspicious day when the holy Ganga will be coming to meet Narmada, said the beautiful woman. She also told him that immersing the ashes in the waters of Narmada would help his mother to attain to the divine abode. The beautiful lady was none other than Ganga herself. After advising Suvad, she disappeared. Suvad followed the instructions of that beautiful lady. She immersed the ashes in the water of Narmada. He saw his mother attaining a divine body. His mother blessed Suvad and then attained to the abode of Lord Shiva. Mahabal Shivalinga. Describing about Mahabal Shivalinga, Suta said to the sages, Mahabal Shivalinga is situated at Gokarna area. A devotee who has a darshan of Mahabal Shivalinga on the 8th or 14th day of nakshatra falling on Monday, becomes free from all his sins and attains to the Shivaloka. Having a darshan of this Shivalinga on any other day too helps a man to attain to the abode of Almighty. All the deities, ancestors, holy rivers like Ganga and the Naga stand guard on all the four entrances of Mahabal temple. Even the most degraded sinner attains salvation if he worships Mahabal Shivalinga on the 14th day of Mahak. On this day, people come from all over India to see the grand festival. The reason behind phallic worship. The sages curiously asked Sutta about the purpose with which Parvati had decided to appear in the form of a vagina. Sutta narrated the following tale. Long, long ago, some sages used to do penance in a Shiva temple situated near Daruk forest. One day they went to collect woods needed for the yajna. Lord Shiva wanted to test their devotion. So he arrived before the sages' wives in naked position, holding his own phallus in his hand. The wives of the sages became frightened by Shiva's appearance. When the sages returned after collecting woods, they became very furious to see a naked person luring their wives. They asked Shiva to reveal his identity. When Shiva did not give any reply, they cursed him to become phallus. The phallus fell down from the hand of Lord Shiva and generated so much of heat that all the three worlds started to burn. The sages became very nervous and went to seek the help of Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma revealed to them that the person who they cursed was none other than Lord Shiva himself. He also instructed them to please Goddess Parvati, as she only could have them from Shiva's wrath by appearing in the form of vagina and holding the phallus. The sages followed the instructions of Lord Brahma. Goddess Parvati appeared in the form of vagina and held Shiva's phallus in herself. The sages then worshipped the Shivalinga. This Jyotirlinga became famous by the name of Hateshwar. The origin of Bhattu Kanath. Long, long ago, there lived a Brahmin by the name of Dadichi. His wife is a low caste, though his son Sudarshan was very learned. The name of his wife was Talukula. She had her husband under total control and influence. Sudarshan had 4 sons. One day, the Dadichi planned to go out due to some work. He entrusted the job of Shiva's worship to Sudarshan. Sudarshan worshipped the idol of Shiva daily without any fail. On the Shivaratri day, Sudarshan too had observed a fast like rest of his family members. He worshipped Shiva's idol in the morning as usual and then went to his home. During the night time, he had a sexual relationship with his wife. After that, he sat down to worship without purifying himself. Lord Shiva became very furious by his action. He immobilized him by his curse. Dadichi was very sad to see the condition of his son. He commenced a tremendous penance to please Goddess Parvati. After being pleased by his penance, Parvati requested Lord Shiva to liberate Sudarshan from his curse. Lord Shiva became pleased and blessed Sudarshan by saying that he would become famous as the Batuknath, and also that the worship of Batuknath would amount to the worship of Lord Shiva. The origin of the Somnath. The moon had 27 wives, one of whom was Rohini. The moon loved Rohini very much, which made the rest of his wives very jealous and angry. They went to their father Daksha and complained about moon's behavior. Daksha went to moon and advised him to give proper attention to all of his wives. But it did not have any effect on him, and he continued giving special treatment to Rohini. When Daksha came to know about this, he became very furious. He cursed moon to become weak and devoid of radiance. The moon then sent the deities to Lord Brahma to seek his help. At first Lord Brahma became very angry with moon, but later on he cooled down and told the deities that moon can get liberated from the curse if he chants Mahamrityunjaya mantra by going to Prabha's area. Moon went to Prabha's area and chanted Mahamrityunjaya mantra for 10 crore times after sitting in one posture. Lord Shiva appeared before him and asked him to demand anything he wished. Moon requested Lord Shiva to liberate him from the curse given by Daksha. Lord Shiva told Moon that the words of Daksha can never become untrue. However, he blessed Moon by saying that he would wane during the dark lunar phase due to the curse, but wax during the dark lunar phase due to his Shiva's blessing. Lord Shiva also provided Moon that he would be present along with Parvati near him. Thus Lord Shiva established himself as Somanath. The deities constructed a kunda named Chandrakunda. It is believed that the moon, because liberated the curse by taking the bath in this kunda. The origin of Mallikarjuna. Once under the influence of sage Narada, Kartikeya had gone to the Crouch mountain to do penance. Shiva and Parvati could not bear the pain of his separation for long. Both of them went to the Crouch mountain to see him. When Kartikeya saw them coming, he moved to some other place. When Lord Shiva saw this, he established himself in the form of Jyotirlinga, which later on became famous as Mallikarjuna Jyotirlinga. The origin of Mahakaleshwar. There used to live a Brahmin at Avantikapuri. He was a great devotee of Lord Shiva and used to worship daily. This Brahmin had 4 sons whose names were Devapriya, Medhapriya, Sukrit and Dharmabahu. By the blessings of Lord Shiva, the Brahmin enjoyed a very happy and contented life. After his death, the Brahmin's son continued the tradition of Shiva's worship. There was a mountain named Ratnak on which a demon named Dushan used to live. Being intoxicated by the boons received from the Lord Brahma, he used to torment all the people. He had all the surrounding area under his control except the house in which the Brahmin family lived. Dushan ordered his fellow demons to bring the Brahmin after capturing them. All the demons went to Avantikapuri and created havoc. They went to the Brahmins and told them about Dushashan order. The Brahmins were busy doing worship at that time, so they did not give ear to their words. The Brahmins continued with their worship. The devil became very angry and tried to attack them. Suddenly the earth cracked with a tremendous sound and Lord Shiva manifested from within the cracks. He killed all the demons. He then went to the Ratnamal mountain and killed Dushan. He again returned to the Brahmins and expressed his desire of fulfilling their wishes. The Brahmins expressed their desire of getting liberated from the bondages of this world. They also requested him to remain at that place. Lord Shiva accepted their request and established himself in the form of Mahakal. The origin of Omkareshwar. Once Narada had gone to meet Vindhya mountain. Vindhya was very arrogant in his behavior. Narada told him that Sumeru mountain was even greater than him, and so his false pride had no basis. Vindhya became very dejected and disheartened. He went to Amageshwar and started worshipping Shiva after making Parvatlingam. Lord Shiva became very pleased by his penance. He appeared before Vindhya and blessed him. After some time, the sages too arrived there and worshipped Shiva. They requested Lord Shiva to remain at that place forever. Lord Shiva established himself as Parameshwara Linga. One Shivalinga already existed at Amareshwar, which became famous as Omkareshwar.